Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 4 of this SS Bremen tutorial. Today's focus will be the first section of the ship's superstructure. It may consist of one, or well, it will consist of one deck at least, but maybe two, depending on what time I get and how things pan out. So maybe two decks, maybe just the one, but we'll see. So it shouldn't be too long, although judging by the way things go, it may be quite long. This video, that is. But what we're focusing on, I'll just fly over to the prototype, but basically we're just doing at the moment the bottom deck of the white section. As you can see where those, or where the cursor is in the middle, or the crosshairs rather, it's that line there, as well as this big section here, and also a section on the stern. So that's what we're going to do today. Before we do that, I'm going to fly to the stern and get this little job out of the way first. So I'm going to fly to the back end of the ship, and we're going to start with some sort of inside walls, like on the previous two decks. I'm just going to build a couple of walls, support walls basically. So we're going to fly right to the end of the top deck. So we've got the top deck in place already, so we're going to fly right to the back end of it. And I'm going to find the centre block. So here's the end of the deck, and the centre block is... I don't know where the centre block is, so I'm going to go from over here and measure it from there. So that's the centre block, moving forward, forward. And there's the centre block. I really should put a marker there, so I'll put a marker there so I know that's the centre. Right, so that's the centre. And on the wood blocks, you're going to count to the 46th block forward. And we're going to start building on the 46th block forward at this point. So go from there, go all the way forward to the 46th. And that is 26, 39, 43, 44, 45. And that's the 46th. So we build on the 46th. So that is 46 blocks forward of the center, or of the end of that deck. So there we go. So that's the start point for this wall. And this wall is going to be 29 wide, so that was half of 29. 14, yeah, so 14 either side, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Same on the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So there we go, there's our wall, 29 wide. I'll measure it to make sure, because I don't trust my maths. Up to this, yep, 29 wide. So a 29 wide there, and at the end you want to add another 2 like that. So do the same on the other side. So add 2, not that way, so add 2 like that. And then for the sides, which we're going to build forward, are going to be 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you want 45, so one block out, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that should be 45. I'll measure it. And yep, as it says at the end of that pink sentence, it's 45, so that's fine. So we've got the 45. And then you want to build 4 out to the side, so 1, 2, 3, 4 like that. And there we go, that is that side done there. So I'll do the same on the other side, so we've got the row of 5. So we've got the row of 2 already in place, so I'll put the 5 in, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we put the 45 in, so I won't bother counting it, I'll just measure it and compare it to the other sides, just to save a bit of time. So I don't want to go overboard with this. So I think that's in line, yeah, that's fine. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 out to the side. So there we go, there's those base walls. It's very similar to the deck below with the inside walls there. And I will admit, I haven't added the doors and windows yet, so I will go and do that one day, but not today. Probably between a couple of videos. I don't do it on screen, I just do it off camera. But anyway, that's the foundations of these walls done. And then what we want to do is increase them to 3 blocks high. So 3 high. Across there, and then that's the 45 increased to 3 high. Down to there, and we use quartz set quartz. Same on the 5. To there. And then across the back. That's one side done, or one side in the back, so just do the same with the other side. Up the 45. And then across the 4 there. That's my phone gone off for some reason. Yeah, okay. So there we go. That's all those walls increased in height. So there we go. That's now 3 high. So that's the first half of this phase done. Well, I'll say first half. It's the first part of this phase. Right. So what we're going to do now, we shall leave this, and we're going to fly all the way to the front end again. I could have done this at the beginning, but I thought, sod it, I'll do the back end first. So we're going to fly all the way forward and scratch up bits while we do it. There we go. Always got an itch. Alright, so we go to the centre block now of the front portion of the superstructure. So we've got the top deck, which we've already built, we know that. So we go to the front block, or the front wall of this deck, so this square wall here. Centre block, which is this one. And I put a coloured marker there again, so I know it is the centre. And what we're going to do, on the wood decking again, we're going to count to the 30th block forward of this point. So that's the first block, and we're going to count to the 30th, which is not there. That's 21, 28, 29, 30. So there we go, there's the 30th. And we build on the 30th. So that's a 30 block. Oh, it's 30 blocks back from that centre point. I'll just make sure it is in line with the centre block. Yeah, that's fine. So that's the centre point of the next deck, of the next superstructure phase. So yeah, that was 30 blocks back. Right, so what we're going to do now is build this wall 9 wide. So that's 4 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the sides are going to be 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 back like that. The same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's very similar to the deck below with the square wall, although it's slightly shorter. So there we go. That's 9 wide, 4 sides, and then out to the side we're going to build 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 rows of 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 rows of 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then change the direction. We build 2 back, and you want 3 back. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that should be right over the or right on the edge of the outside edge of the ship, or of this section anyway. We're not on the widest point of the ship, but we're right on the edge of the hull, as you can see like that. So that is that side done. So I'll do the same on the other side, so you can recap it. So we've got this portion here. We build out 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 5 rows of 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 2 back like that, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the front wall of our superstructure, and this is quite a large chunk of superstructure as well. So what we're going to do now is increase the height of all this, what we just built, to 11 blocks high. So I'm going to start at this corner here. So we go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's double check that. So that should be 11 high. And yep, that is now 11 high. And we just want to increase the height of that all the way around the white section we just built. So from there down to here. I do one side, and then I just copy paste it. It just saves a bit of time. But it's quite a large chunk. This is, so this is all going to be 11 high. So this may take a little while because it's such a large piece, but you know what I'm doing, so you can pretty much just skip this bit. So let me increase it all to 11 high. Do this by hand, maybe quicker. What a really boring job this is. Right, there we go. That's one side done, and it should look something like that. So it's a big chunk, but it does its job. So what I'm going to do, I should do a quick copy paste to the other side. So that's the middle to there. Copy, flip to the right, and then we paste. There we go. That's both sides done now, and we have our front portion of the superstructure done. So there we go. Right, so next job we want to do, I've got to check my notes first, so bear with me a second. Okay, now for this next phase, what we're going to do, go down to deck level again on the side, and we're going to build a white line along the edge of the black section of the ship, basically all the way along the side of the ship to where the black section starts to dip. There's no measurement required, so I don't need to count it, but basically just build all the way along the side, of all the way along the black there like that. So each section just build all the way along. My phone gone off again, which is really annoying. So just carry on building all the way along, so up to there, and then the next section build all the way along. Could have just used World Edit for this, but I thought I'd explain it as we go along. Up to that section, now on the next section along the way. So like I said, there's no measurements required, just build all the way along to where the black section dips down, and I will explain when I get there what goes on. So just carry on all the way along. Oh, hang on, where are we? Oh, there we are. We're up to the where the black section dips, so that's fine. We're at the end of the black section where the white section begins now. So what we do, at the end of the black, or at the end of where we just built, up to the end of the black section there, we add another 5 blocks at the end. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that, and then on the end block we add another 3 up. So 1, 2, 3 to increase that to 4 high. It's only this row of blocks here that we increase to 4 high, but every other block on the section from forwards, well, all the way forward of this point would be 3 high. So I'll explain again. Build all the way along to the end of the black section, then add another 5 across, or 5 along, then add another 3 up. So increase this one row to 4 blocks high, but everything forward of this point would be just 3 high. So everything forward would just be 3 high like that. So using World Edit again, I'm going to build all the way forward and increase the height of this to 3 high. And the same on the next row. And the same on the next row. And the same on the next row. And finally on the last row here, all increased to 3 high. And there we go. And as you can see, that's all increased to 3 high now. So that is that first portion of the superstructure almost done, pretty much. Well, you know, the foundations of it all. So what we're going to do, we're going to head down to the back end again. Excuse me. And we're going to work on the next phase. I'll do the other side later on. I'll do a jump cut when I do the other side. So I'm just going to focus on this one side for the minute. So what we do now, we're back at the pillar, which is now 4 high, back at the back end. And we're going to add, from the top block here, we're going to add a line of blocks, 45 blocks long. So basically we're creating another open promenade area like this. It will also create the docking bridge wings, if you know what I mean. So we're going to go from here, we're going to add 45 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. And I will measure that to make sure that is 45. Up to there, and no, it's 44. So I'm one short, so I need to add another one. So up to 45 there, like that. Is that right? Don't know if that's right actually, because it overhangs the deck below. So I'm just going to double check that on the on the prototype. I think it is right actually, because I remember doing this when I built this thing. Some things were a little bit arse about face. We'll get down there anyway. Yeah, oh yeah, that is fine. You see it just carries on straight up to the curvy out section, so that's fine. So apologies there for the delay, but I just wanted to double check. So yeah, that was right. Just fly all the way back. So what we're going to do now is add the bridge wings, which is basically a curved section outwards. There's no real detailing to this. So at the end of the 45, we're going to add a row of 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of 2, so 2 and 2, and then another 3, 1, 2, 3, like that, so it curves outwards like that. Then after that 3, you want to build 2 and then 2 again, so you're curving back inwards again. And then you want to build 22 all the way to the centre, so, or basically 22 plus 1 centre, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then we add a colour block to mark the centre, in theory. So I just double check that, make sure that is the centre block, because I haven't done the other side yet, it's because I'm adding the centre block. So that is, yep, that is in line with the centre block, so that is absolutely fine. That is one side of the job we were doing. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to do a quick jump cut while I copy this, what we just built, this top section and the side walls. I'm going to copy that to the other side, so I'm going to do a quick jump cut while I do that. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. I've done both sides now, so we've got the other side all in place, and the bridge wings should look something like that, although nothing really spectacular, as you'd expect. So what we want to do now is, before we add the deck, we've got to do a bit more jiggery pokery. So what we're going to do, we're going to go back to that 4 block high pillar at this point, and what we're going to do on the top block, we're going to add a block to the outside like that. So this is going to create the overhang of the sort of promenade, the main promenade, main deck area, if you know what I mean. It's just an overhanging area of the ship's superstructure. So we'll pull the one block out, and then what we want to do is trace along the side of the ship all the way forward, so just trace along this edge here and then up to that block, and then we trace along the next one. So where you get to the overlapping sections, it should look something like that on each section where the ship gets wider. So just traces along like that. We'll go along to the next row, up to that point there, and then same again, one out. Oh, there we go, up to there. And then when we're going to curve back in again, we put a block on there, and then we build along again. Oh, and then for the next row again, I'm going to build basically all the way, there we are, all the way to the front end, and connect at the end there. So we're basically at the end of where the 3 block high section ends, and it connects to the end or the bottom of the 11 block section there, like that. So there we go, that's how it should look. And what this is basically the edge of the deck. So this is now deck level for the next deck upwards. So when you add the deck, the wood blocks will sit in this groove here. So that's where the deck level will be. But we'll worry about that in a minute. So that's that side done. And what we'll do, we'll add windows and doors. Well, not doors, but windows will be added to this section later on. I may do it today, I don't know, depending on how much time I get at the end of this. I don't really want to go too much into something and not finish it. So, and that's that side done anyway. So we'll do the same on the other side. I'll do this as quick as I can. I don't really want to do this on camera, but we'll go from this block here, build all the way back, do this properly. No saying that, never do anything properly, everyone knows that. To there. There we go, up to that point, and then we're curving back in again. And then the last section, I think this is, yep, up to that 4 block high pillar, which is right there, up to the pillar and connect. There we go. So there we are. That is that section all done. And like I said, the deck will sit on that groove. and also on top of these walls here, so everything is all mighty fine. So that is that section done. So now what we want to do now is just add the deck. Like before, the deck will sit in line with this wall here, so basically just build the deck along this wall here, and it will sit on top of these walls here and also in the groove and the sides there. So what we're going to do, I should use the fill tool to fill in the deck, so we'll go fill, pardon me, word 300, and hopefully this will work first time. Oh, there we go. So that's the deck all added. So what we're going to do, fly forward and make sure the deck is all in place, to make sure it's all hunky diddly dory. So just fly forward. And I think the deck, oh no, the deck is just run short, so what I do is finish it off. Sit on this block, do the same again. And there we go, that's the deck all added. And that is that part of the superstructure done. For now. Couple more jobs to do. I don't think I'll move on to the next section today. I think I'll leave that and come back with another part. I don't want to make too many large videos. It knackers the computer out, and also it takes a long time to upload. So the first two videos were the long ones. I'm just trying to run down a bit now. But anyway, that is that section done. So what we want to do now is just add the pillars now to the back section here. So like before, the pillars will be in line with the ones below, so add a pillar there, and then add a pillar there, so that you can see they're all in line with the ones below. Add a pillar there, add a pillar there, add a pillar there, and you get the idea with this. Add another one there, oops, stuck, and then the last pillar, add underneath the bridge wing, under there, or the docking bridge wing, and there we go, there's those half dozen pillars there. And that is that weird section done. I'll do the same on the other side, may as well get it out of the way. And then I'll explain the side windows for this section. So just get these pillars in and get them out the way. Up to there, and up to there, up to there, and another pillar there, and another one there, and the last one there. So there we go. That's those pillars all added. Yeah, it should be all fine. And like I said, I will add the doors and windows to these sections at a later date. I just couldn't be bothered to do it the other day. So that's that. And then one more job before we finish today. Along this white wall we built now, which is now supporting the deck above, there's going to be windows added to this, and well, basically using glass blocks. So roughly 2 blocks. We're at the back now, so roughly 2 to 3 blocks forward of this point. So say about there. We'll start adding our windows along the side. So that's actually in the wrong place, so I shall go one further forward than that, so go to there. There we go. So we got 4th block forward to that point, and then every 4th block from this point you add a window. So as you can see, just basically portholes if you like, but every 4th block along you just add a window, and it should all be fine. You can see what I mean with all the windows. You can see on the prototype, well, you can just about see on the prototype actually, the windows along the top of the black there. But this is basically what I'm doing, and it should all be fine once it's all done. So hey ho. Made a mistake there, did you see it? Alright. I've gone halfway along anyway, but you get the rough idea of where the windows go. So basically just build the windows all the way up and along to roughly, well, I'll say all the way up to the end of this outside edge here. The windows along the side of this superstructure will be different, but we'll worry about them later on. So basically just build up to the edge of this outside wall, and then we'll worry about the rest of it later on. There will be, I think the windows do change beyond this point, but we'll worry about that, like I said, another day. So yeah, that is that job done for now. So I will finish those windows off later on, but sort that out later on. So that is pretty much it for today. And like I said, it's only a small video in comparison to the rest. I didn't want to go too far into this, and end up with a long video and me rabbiting on too long. Anyway, the next part, which will be part 5, will be the next deck of the superstructure. So I'll just fly over to the prototype and show you what I'm going to be doing next time. But we shall see. So you see, we've got the big chunk over there. That's all done. So we've got the section under here, which is what we just built, and also got the beginnings of the overhang here. So there's the overhang, as you can see, we just built, and we've got all these windows along the side to add. And this is the support. Will support the boat deck above, so that is that section we'll be building next. And there's quite a bit of superstructure to build on the stern as well, which attaches to all this, so that'll be as part of the job. So that may be a whole video, maybe get some more bits done in that video, but we'll have to wait and see. But there'll still be another 2 decks of superstructure to go on top as well. So bridge deck and boat deck superstructure, so there's still plenty more to do in that area, but the ship is definitely taking shape, although it is a bit slower than normal, mainly due to just the absolute ridiculous size of this thing. But hey ho, there we go, and that'll be for part 5. But anyway, this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing, and I shall return in part 5. So bye for now.